The Cleveland Cavaliers have long held their ground, steadfastly refusing to dismantle their core four, a talented but flawed quartet led by two max contract guards and two towering big men. After years of playoff disappointments, including a frustrating second-round exit at the hands of the New York Knicks and a brutal defeat to the Boston Celtics, the Cavaliers' front office, headed by Koby Altman, has resisted pressure to break up the roster. But after another promising regular season culminated in a swift playoff exit, the question looms larger than ever. Could the Cavaliers finally be willing to part ways with one or both of their prize assets, Darius Garland and Jarrett Allen? According to Chris Fedor of the Cleveland Plain Dealer, the front office is at least considering the possibility. Fedor recently shared on his Wine and Gold Talk podcast that while Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley are seen as the untouchables, the Cavaliers could entertain offers for Garland and Allen, a shift in strategy that signals a potential new chapter in Cleveland's quest for championship contention. The two untouchables are Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley, Fedor said. But I have been getting the sense that the Cavs would be more willing to entertain and at least consider possibilities for Jarrett Allen and Darius Garland than they have in the past. A 64-win season, but no playoff glory, the Cavaliers' regular season was nothing short of spectacular. They finished with an impressive 64 wins, thanks, in part, to the leadership of new head coach Kenny Atkinson, who had a transformative impact on the team. Mitchell, the dynamic scorer, alongside Mobley, the rising defensive anchor, were the cornerstones of a roster that had all the pieces to challenge for an Eastern Conference title. Yet despite the regular season dominance, Cleveland's postseason run ended in disappointment. The Cavaliers were dispatched in 5 games by the Indiana Pacers in the second round. A bitter pill to swallow, considering the high expectations for this roster. Injuries played a role in their demise, but it wasn't enough to mask the underlying issues. The Cavaliers had already shaken things up with a coaching change, and while they boast one of the deepest rosters in the NBA, their playoff shortcomings continue to cast doubt on their championship potential. With little more to adjust on the coaching front, the next logical step may be to explore trade options that could help balance the roster and elevate the team to true title contention. The salary cap dilemma, while the idea of trading Garland or Allen may seem plausible, the Cavaliers' salary cap situation complicates matters. Currently, Cleveland finds itself approximately $10 million over the projected second apron for the upcoming season, and that figure doesn't account for potential re-signings of Ty Jerome or Sam Merrill, which could push the team even further into the financial red zone. However, trading Garland would not come without complications. The Cavaliers' offense runs through Garland as the primary playmaker, and losing him would leave Mitchell, who thrives as a scorer but isn't a traditional point guard, in a difficult spot. While Mobley has shown promise as a versatile player who could slide into the center position if necessary, Cleveland would have to find a way to replace Garland's unique skill set, which might prove challenging. Meanwhile, the trade market for Allen is more limited, but there are still suitors who could covet a player of his caliber. The Los Angeles Lakers, for example, could be a natural fit for Allen. They were linked to a deal for Mark Williams at the trade deadline, and although Allen's name hasn't been mentioned in the same breath, the Lakers' need for a reliable center remains. Cleveland could potentially extract a similar package to what Los Angeles offered for Williams, though this would likely require a 3-team trade with a player rather than picks heading to the Cavaliers. Conclusion: the waiting game. At this point in the offseason, the Cavaliers have time to weigh their options. There's no urgency to make a move, but the prospect of breaking up their core four may become more enticing as the offseason progresses. Whether it's Garland or Allen, it will take a compelling offer to pry these players away from Cleveland. For now, the Cavaliers are taking a wait-and-see approach, but rest assured, the team's front office will be exploring all avenues to improve their roster. Cleveland's decision will not only impact the future of the franchise, but could also shake up the Eastern Conference. If the Cavaliers do choose to make a bold move, expect the ripple effects to be felt throughout the NBA.